Since the day the artifacts awoke, von List kept me by his side. After all, I'm as close as there is to an expert on the entity dwelling within him. When we arrived here in Stalingrad, it took the locals by surprise. The last thing they expected was the Nazis to return. But von List had been here when the Germans surrendered. He wants to turn the site of their greatest loss into the source of Nazi victory. To do this, he will raise an army of revenants from the millions who perished on the Eastern Front. But to accomplish such a feat, 𝐦𝐤𝐬𝐬 must first build up his strength. Von List locked me in this room with my books and the radio. I watched from my window as he called upon 𝐦𝐤𝐬𝐬 to seal off this part of the city. And I knew I had to act. Once I radioed for help, I used what I learned from the Tome of Rituals. The rune magic in its pages sealed this room. Of course, I have no idea how to undo the spell, but for now, neither von List nor his revenants can touch me here. Now that you have responded to my cry for help, we must work together. We must stall their progress and gather information on 𝐦𝐤𝐬𝐬's activities. I will continue to advise you while I formulate a plan to once and for all. Till then, keep my champions. We must strengthen your demons if we have any hope of winning.
Alright, now it's time to listen to the devil now.
Wolfram, you remind me of someone I knew long ago. He was a pharaoh in the land of the Nile. He saw himself as a god, and everyone around him as vermin. In fact, he was delightfully cruel. But you, Oberfuhrer Wolfram von List, are a rare and special find. You have the blackest heart I have ever encountered in a human. You might have been royalty where I come from, had you not been born on this pathetic ball of dust. I tell you this not to flatter you, but because I expect the world from you, and you will deliver it unto me. This power I grant you is not something I would share with just anyone. But I am willing to see your dreams fulfilled and your enemies crushed. For you are a worthy vessel. You are the instrument of my revenge. Is that what you yourselves? I can see special.
I'm ready for that.
I am a veteran of 1,000 battles on the wastelands. I have
That sure sounds fun. There was also like a radio. So yeah, right here.
We are new to you, human, but your kind is not new to us. Nothing has been new in eons. Since time began, we of the Dark Ether have been at war. And know the ways of warfare better die. For this reason, the mightiest lord of the Dark Ether, 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤, placed me in command of his armies. We launched the Nether Wars upon his rivals, and for a time, it seemed we would crush them. But 𝐸𝐤𝐤𝐤 is a cruel master. Loyalty is something he neither feels nor inspires. As I watched his enemies unifying into true resistance, I knew he could never truly succeed. When I joined them and we toppled his throne, 𝐸𝐤𝐤𝐤 swore vengeance. He sees the human von List as the means to that end. There are those in the Dark Ether who would still support his return, but most would do anything to help us stop him here.
That's how you've been 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤. I've played with you clever monkeys since you raised your first cities. And you never cease to surprise me. There are so many ways to have fun with you, so many paths to lead you down. It doesn't scare you. It shouldn't when someone who's older than time says you're special. Pick up your chin and do what they say. My playthings only meet bad ends when they dig in their heels. They have notions of right and wrong, good and bad, made up nonsense that just gets in the way. The ones who played well with me became emperors and conquerors, and some were even peacemakers. You're lucky you met me, little mortal. Loosen up and everything will turn out just fine.
Okay, now it's time for me.
Craft entry number 3. I was surprised von List did not shoot me. I had refused to serve him twice. Instead, he sent his men to my home. Say, I had put my values and dignity ahead of my own life. So von List made someone else pay for my stubbornness. Should I refuse to help the Wahrheit or drag my feet in any way, the love of my life would be slowly tortured to death. Of course I complied. How could I do otherwise? But I also made